First for the British basketball game, we're here at the Brixton Rec for the Hoopsfix All-Star Classic and the inaugural women's game. My name's Liam Jefferson and I'm joined by Nottingham Wildcats' Siobhan Pryor, who's going to be commentating on the game with me. Siobhan, this is huge for the women's game in this country, and already the noise in here is something ridiculous. How important is it for you to have such a game as this on this scale for the young girls that are out on the floor?
Yeah, listen, it's amazing because, you know, the kids care about this stuff, girls care about this stuff. All the girls at my club are like, oh my gosh, Brahe and Shaniya, they're in the Hoopsfix All-Star Classic. They think it's like the coolest thing ever. So, you know, it's great like to be recognised by governing bodies and GB and stuff like that, but something like this is really special for the kids and they're so excited to be part of it.
And it's a really exciting time for the women's game in this country at the moment with the GB team going to Eurobasket. And personally, I think the 24 young girls that are on the floor today are probably the most exciting junior crop of players we've ever had. Just what's the growth been like within the women's game for you over the last 3-4 years?
Yeah, I think it's been like slow and steady, and you know, sort of when you look back, you're like, oh my goodness, this year we have like Holly, who's going to a top 3 school. We've got multiple kids in Division 1, Evelyn now at UConn. Like, it's an unbelievable time for women's basketball, and I think if you blinked, you would have missed it, but it's so enjoyable to be part of it.
So we're now just over 2 minutes away from tip-off here at the Brixton Rec. Both myself and Siobhan are going to jump over to our commentary position, so don't go anywhere and make sure you're with us for the entire game.
I can only hear you, Wright. There's nothing else to hear.
So we're back at our commentary seats in the Brixton Rec for the inaugural Hoopsfix All-Star Classic Under-19 women's game. Both myself, Liam Jefferson and Siobhan Pryor are going to be calling the game for you. Siobhan, we were talking about it a little bit over there courtside, but this is a really exciting game for all of these young girls that are taking part today. But if you could pinpoint one or two of the players that you're really excited to see battle it out on this stage, who would come to mind?
I'm really excited to see Holly. I think everyone's really excited to see Holly, right? There's a reason why, you know, she's going to Oregon next September, so I'm really excited to see how she plays on this stage. Also on Team White, I might be a bit biased. I'm excited to see Brahe Ashton because I think she can do something to put someone on their backside. I think it would be quite exciting. She's kind of perfect for these sort of games. And then other players, really, I'm excited to see what Loren Christie brings. She's been playing well in the WBBL this year. And also, I really like Storie. I think she's got some really nice offensive moves in her locker, so I'm excited to see what she can bring as well today.
All right, so that buzzer sounds the start. And both teams will take to the floor. Team White, coached by Nick Drain of Ipswich Basketball, and Team Black by Jackson Gibbons of City of London Academy and Southwark Pride. Both coaches, both pretty well known and respected in the women's game, and in particular within the junior women's game. And I think they've done a lot for women's hoops in Britain, and
definitely
it's a testament to them that they've been selected to be able to coach in the inaugural game here at the Rough House, the Brixton Rec in London.
Yeah, and I think especially like for these two coaches, it's really noticeable that the players that play for them, they really love playing for them. Like, they love their coaches, so it's exciting to see them. Good luck.
So teams are taking the floor now. Team White already out, so playing the mind games because they're first out onto the floor to beat Team Black out there.
I've got to call it right now. Who have you got?
Oh, this is a tough one.
I'm going Team White before you can get in there.
I think I would have gone Team White, but just for the sake of it, I'll go Team Black. I know. Speaking, we did interviews prior to the game with both Jackson and Nick, the two coaches, and neither of them wanted to give the other team an inch. So it could be a super competitive game, and it's Team Black that get us underway here in Brixton for the first annual Women's Hoopsfix All-Star Classic. The 5th year that the Classic has been run by the organisation Hoopsfix. That's doing absolute wonders for the junior game, and a double dribble call, the first call, in an all-star game as well.
Yeah, you can't call things like that, right? Surely you've got like 6 steps on your layup today.
I know.
Maybe a few James Harden step backs.
But I mean, as we get into the flow of the game and Haines goes baseline for an easy 2, we've got to give a huge shout out to the work that Hoopsfix has done to just promote the junior game. And I was at the first Hoopsfix game when it was back at Brunel University in 2014. I was here last year in Brixton, and it's just gone from strength to strength. And the fact that it can add a women's game now is testament to the work that Hoopsfix and Sam Nita in particular has just done for British basketball. Yeah,
definitely. And I remember, like, when you first started, I remember, like, as a female, I remember talking to Ella Clark about it, actually. We were like, please, can you do something for women? Can you do something for women? And it's amazing that we actually have managed to. But if you go on the website, there is actually like a button that you can subscribe to that pays like monthly to help for things like this to happen. So please, guys, go ahead, go on the website and sign up.
And that's Da Silva banking home the 2
she
on the elbow.
That. She did not call that, did she?
Inside to Christie. Christie back to basket, guarded by Jones. Christie just took part in the 3-point contest as well.
How did she do?
Finished with a score of 5. Didn't have the greatest. And Holly Winterburn tripped by just a little. Gets the and 1 to go, and will go to the line to shoot the bonus.
Isn't it nice to see kids like this going against each other, though? It's great.
And it's only going to get better as well.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the thing. You look at half of these players, yes, are heading off to scholarships in the States and to a higher level of basketball for some. And then the other half are still here next year. So, again, I'd love to see the work that Hoopsfix is doing get to the point where we have an underclass player and a class of 2019 game like there is for,
like the
boys, yeah.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Da Silva into Jones. Jones kicks out to the corner. 3 no good for HCM. Da Silva now, step back 3, long.
Just even now when you look on the floor, the amount of basketball scholarships the kids on the floor have got just for next year is just incredible. It really shows how far we've come, I think.
One of those scholarships we were talking about in the build-up to the show, Holly Winterburn going to Oregon.
Huge.
It's just it's unbelievable, really.
She's really
going to be playing in front of 10,000, 12,000 people, sell-out crowds,
and
sometimes 2-3 times a week.
I know.
And playing for a national championship. They're one of the top 3 programs in the whole of the US. And she now gets to go and be a part of that. And that's only going to benefit British basketball.
Definitely. And her going against players like Sabrina Ionescu every single day. Like, can you imagine how much better you would be after, only one more year with her, but still, that after that year, she's going to be good. She's got a good situation there. She just got to work hard. I know she will. She always does. I'm excited to see her come back and play for GB and see how much she's improved.
And surely it is only a matter of time before she gets that call up to the senior team as
well.
It's only a matter of time.
Definitely. I think, she has to kind of pay her dues a little bit, and things like that I think are important to Chama. She'll be there. There's no doubt she'll be there.
And checking into the game, Brahe Ashton, one of your Nottingham Wildcat teammates.
Yeah.
She's had a great season as well for the Wildcats.
She's just exciting to watch. She just has fun. Like, she just enjoys the game, and she tries a few things that sometimes, when people are like, oh, she plays like a boy. I hate that. But she does try things, and she'll put it behind her back 5 times through her legs, and she's exciting.
Winterburn no good on the 3. Yeah, Brahe Ashton heading off, another one of those players that's going off to States, to Georgia Southwestern.
Yep.
She's going to be a big deal for her as well to go and study and play basketball for 4 years out in Georgia.
All for
Silva
free.
inside. Yeah, all for free. Kirk up high. Between the legs. Goes at Spinks. Shot no good. Cook, the sole representative from the girls in the three-point shootout, had 12 in both rounds.
Nice.
Big performance from her in the three-point contest earlier today, which is shortly going to be up on the Hoopsfix YouTube page.
She's a great shooter. She's shown that all year.
Cook on the ball now, got it by Spinks. Reverses through Charnwood teammate Megan Jones. Jones goes at Christie, loses the handle, stripped by her best friend, Holly Winterburn.
No love lost in the Hoopsfix All-Star Classic.
Spinks into Winterburn. And from the initial 5 minutes of action here, the thing that struck me the most is both these teams, as Winterburn pulls up from deep, no good, are both here competing hard.
Yeah. I don't think they would have it any other way. I was talking to some of them before the game, and I'm like, you know, go out, enjoy it, have fun. This is like your reward for the year. And they're like, yeah, but we want to win too. Like, okay.
Da Silva on the ball, got it by Ashton. Back to Jones. Jones throws up the triple. No good. Back out to Da Silva for another three. He can't get it to go. And it's tipped out of bounds. Last touch by Team White, so it'll be a black ball from the baseline. It is, as the in-arena commentator Tahir Hadjit says, a 5-for-5 switch for Team Black. So again, 12 girls on each of these rosters. It's difficult to make sure that they all, as Lauren Starr drills a triple, it's difficult to make sure they all see the same sort of time and get the same sorts of opportunities, because this is a celebration of British basketball, and we're here to allow all of them to get that sort of exposure and chance to show off their game.
Bank's open.
The bank is open for Holly Wright from Charnwood College, as Team White extend their lead out to 5. Just over 5 minutes gone in the inaugural Hoopsfix All-Star Classic. And another bank!
They didn't tell you that in this game you get extra points for banking in threes?
Well, we had the money ball in the three-point contest. We had the Golden Molten money ball. Maybe we should make the 4-point play a bank three, as Cameron Taylor-Willis there, 6'1" forward. Ashton tries to answer, no good. And it's rebounded by Taylor-Willis.
The atmosphere in here is awesome. You almost wouldn't know that we were at Brixton Rec by just looking around and how Hoopsfix have really just kitted it out everywhere. It looks amazing.
I think that's testament to where we are in London as well. You walk through Brixton, you take the short walk from the tube station to the game. Assad drills another three! It gives Team Black their first lead of the game at 13-12, but yeah, the atmosphere in Brixton lends itself to this sort of atmosphere that you then get in the arena and on the court as well.
Definitely. It's a perfect place for the game.
Most definitely.
So much history as well.
Yeah, dubbed the Rough House, Brixton Rec, and we're not seeing quite the Rough House of old yet, but...
Have you played here before?
I have played here one time before, and I definitely took a beating.
Same. I was 16.
Yeah.
I took a beating from... Can you remember Patsy? She used to play. I was tasked with guarding her. I was petrified. So much like, you know, when you're young and you have so much respect for everyone as well, and you walk on the court and you're like, I'm guarding who? Who am I guarding now? Switch? Anyone?
Yeah, there is so much history in this, and so much history here for the Hoopsfix All-Star Classic as well. This is the 4th year that it's been here. The inaugural year was over at Brunel, as we were saying at the top of the stream, but it is huge to have the Classic in such a historic location, and as we were saying before, to have the women's game here too, as Jade and Mbam has the ball on the outside, trying to find Morrison inside, but it's stripped away. Ashton for free, no good. And then 2 Team White players clattering into each other, fighting for the rebound.
This is no NBA All-Star game, this.
No,
Not wait until the fourth quarter.
Leaving it all on the floor. Mbam finds Star, who's made 2 threes already, looking inside to Morrison. Tapped away, and it goes off the back of Alix Henderson's foot. So it'll be a Team Black ball.
She's a great player, young Scottish player, played for Caledonia all year in the WBBL, and her last European campaign, she just grew so much when she played for GB. She was tasked with the point guard spot, which wasn't her usual spot. She really rose to the challenge, just like unbelievable heart and persistent. She's a great kid.
Average 5.5 points and 3.7 assists in the WBBL as well, so good stats for such a young player.
Yeah, definitely. And especially as a young point guard, I always think it's a difficult position. You know, you have to have a mature mindset towards your game, especially when you're playing at the highest level, to lead a team in the WBBL.
And you have to have a coach as well as a young player and a young player at the point guard position that understands that you are going to make mistakes and allow you opportunities to make mistakes. And she's definitely been afforded that opportunity as well up at Caledonia. Yeah,
definitely. And you can see how much it helps young players grow. It's so important.
So Team Black on the ball. Henderson running Hinds. Hinds shake and bake, gets to the rack and is stripped. But a foul is called.
It's on Polly.
So substitutions for both teams, and again, it's a straight 5 switch for Team Black. 2 minutes 10 left in the game. Team Black leading 15-14. Hinds with the step back, looks inside and taken away. The ball now in the hands of Oluade, just loses the handle, but somehow manages to keep a hold of the rock. Henderson drives baseline, nice behind the head pass almost to Haines, who penetrates and can't find.
She's exciting as well, Megan Haines, and she plays at such a pace, and she's matured a lot as well, like over the last couple of years, and she can play at that pace under control now as well, and pick out her options, make good decisions at high speed.
Almost on cue, but just misses a free. But yeah, Megan Haines, the MVP in the South Conference of the WABL this year, a great year for her. Hinds pulls up for 3, no good. Oluade pushing the pace for Team White. Out to Wright.
She hurt her ankle, I think.
Yeah, Oluade just comes up limping a little bit. She's going to head to the end of the bench. Shaniya Rose comes in for Team White. Another Nottingham Wildcat player.
She is. She's one of the young ones that you were talking about that will be around next year still. So it's been an exciting year for her. It's the first year she's played basketball full time at the academy. So and it's really helped her.
And voted most improved player in the North, the WABL as well. So no mean feat for her to be on this stage so early on in her basketball career. And exciting things definitely to come from her.
Yeah, and it's nice, isn't it? Because those things are voted for by the coaches. So, you know, she hears our voices every day shouting at her. It's nice to get some recognition from the other coaches around the league.
So foul is called, but it's going to be a baseline ball for Team Black. Tough move inside, no good. It's rebounded by Wright, but Wright loses the handle.
It's good defense by me. She really goes after it.
Jade Sarkodee-Adoo, another of the Cola representatives today, and committed to Portland Concordia next season. Jones skip past the corner.
Sarkodee-Adoo for 3.
No good on the free for Sarkodee-Adoo, and goes out of bounds to be a Team White ball.
Team White possession.
Haines. Hand off with Storie. Haines, corner, finds a fan. Looks like someone's parent over in the corner.
He wasn't ready. He didn't have his hands ready.
He didn't have his hands up, no, this is true. So there'll be a team black ball with 1 possession remaining in the game, or in the first quarter, should I say. Shot clocks are turned off. Jones, high post, hands off to Da Silva. Da Silva, step back 3. No good. Ball rattles around, comes up with Wright. 2 on the clock, ahead. And Haines is blocked. So at the end of the first quarter, it's Team Black that are leading Team White 15-14. And actually, we were saying this during that first quarter, but a competitive start to the first ever Women's Hoopsfix All-Star Classic.
Yeah, I don't think I was expecting any less after I spoke to the girls, but I think they'll start to settle in now and maybe try a few exciting things, not worry so much about turning the ball over, and we'll see how it goes, but they definitely neither team want to lose. You can see that right from the start.
And while we are just in the quarter break here at the Hoopsfix All-Star Classic, remember, if you aren't already following Hoopsfix on all social media channels, go and check out @Hoopsfix and @HoopsFixWomen, and also use the hashtag HASC19 to show us where and how you are watching the game from the Brixton Rec. Siobhan, it would be remiss of me while we've got you here to talk about that Com Games performance and the silver medal last season as well, whilst we've got a little bit of time as the coaches are drawing stuff up with their team. But we were saying at the top of the live stream that the women's game is just continuing to grow and go from strength to strength, but that silver medal really validates all the hard work that everyone had put in over the last 3 or 4 years to get to that point, really, and also helped with the exposure of the women's game in this country to go into such a major competition like that and come away with a medal. Yeah,
definitely. And you know, like, we were just the lucky 12 that happened to be there at that time, but it's really the work of every single GB player, GB coach, England player, England coach that has gone before us that made any of that even possible. You know, the team that went before and got bronze, like, there's just, again, like, so much history and so much behind just those 12 players and the 4 coaches that were with us. You know, obviously the coaching staff were absolutely paramount to winning that medal, and the girls and the environment and the positive environment that Chemba creates is just, it's hard not to succeed in that environment. But we have to recognise that we were just the lucky few that ended up being there, and that's really testament to basketball in this country as a whole.
And here's hoping in the next few years we'll be seeing some of the girls out on the floor here today.
Yes.
Competing for medals in other competitions, both European Championships and Commonwealth Games in the future.
Yeah, and winning golds.
Most definitely.
Winning golds, they got to beat us.
Sandy with the Euro, but trying to get the shot to go. And got a little something to say after that foul. I don't know whether it was to our own teammates or to the Team White. She definitely had some comments for somebody there.
She was probably going to say, if I was on defense, I would have taken a charge. This kid is like charge queen.
Sandy was actually the leading scorer for GB at last summer's FIBA Under-16 European Championship, so big performance for her.
Yeah, she's a great player, and she's a really great person as well to be around a team. She's the kind of kid that will lead and take those big shots when you needed to. She nearly took a charge there, but yeah, she's just a great teammate, and any coach would want her on their team. She's a good leader.
Kick ball called. So it'll be a baseline ball for Team White. Winterburn has it up high now. Uses the screen from Rose, but backs it out, gets low into the shot clock, 7, pulls up the 2, and that is a Holly Winterburn staple.
Yeah, cool as you like. It's going to be exciting to see what she adds to her game, because she seems so versatile already. She can score in so many ways. Defensively, she's so good. It'll be really interesting to see what she develops.
For Referee no good there. Rebound comes to Winterburn. Looking to advance, finds Haines in the corner. Gets her feet set, no good. And rebounded by Esther Little of Ipswich Basketball, who advances to Da Silva.
Haines with the tough pressure. Megan Haines.
Da Silva guarded by Haines, who's not letting her go, but a foul is called.
That's great defense.
And it's an offensive foul for the hook. What defense by Megan Haines out of City of London Academy.
Listen, I love this competitive spirit. Esther Little's in the middle, like giving it the and one for her teammate. This is awesome.
So substitutions again for both teams. And Brahe Ashton calling a horn side set. So Team White in just a 45-minute walkthrough before the game, as they were doing all of their media availability, and we interviewed a couple of them. Already putting some sets in, and they're getting scores off them.
This is high IQ basketball in the Hoopsfix All-Star Classic.
How about that from head coach Nick Drain? A 45-minute walkthrough to do a little bit of shooting and get loose, and they're getting sets out of it.
Taking no prisoners.
And Saar turns the ball out of bounds as Jackson Gibbons jumps up to grab the loose ball. Winterburn to inbound to Ashton.
They had a little talk there. I wonder what they're going to do.
Same set. This time they go into
She wants
Christie.
it again. She wants
Back
it again.
door to Winterburn.
Oh.
No good. A lot of contact. She looks to the referee, but no call made. Cook to Mbam. Mbam, no good. Ashton, what a pass ahead to Winterburn. Almost loses the handle. And blocked by Saar. Cook at the other end. Step back. And foul is called. It's going to be on the floor. And he's going to go on Shaniya Rose.
Foul is called on number 15.
And a timeout called by head coach Nick Drain. His team leading by 4, 19-15, but I guess whilst we've got another timeout as well, it's also an ideal opportunity to talk about the coaching staff in today's game. Nick Drain over at Ipswich Basketball, one of the most successful clubs in the country. And then Jackson Gibbons, who after what is a relatively short period of time has had a load of success at City London Academy as well. But they've both done so much for junior women's basketball in this country, and I guess were easy choices as the two coaches that you would immediately go to in order to coach this game.
Yeah, and I think where a lot of their successes has come is they've built a culture and a program. They don't just coach games. They don't just turn up and coach a training session. Everything that they do, you can tell in different ways, but it runs through their whole program, and their culture runs through that whole program, and that's why there's been so much success for Jackson in such a short space of time, but also for Nick, because the kids go there, they buy into the program, they believe in it, and that only breeds success.
It most definitely does, and both a huge credit to their programs that they both head up and lead. So we're back underway with Team Black. HCM going to the basket. Christie does enough to disrupt the shot, and it's Winterburn that comes up with the rebound. Winterburn looks inside, pass taken away by her Charnwood teammate Saar.
That was a good look.
Cook, guarded by Winterburn, kicks the leg out looking for the foul. No good.
She
and
knows
Team
that
White
move.
have really ramped up the pace out of their timeout.
Loren Saar is everywhere today.
And referee's timeout. There's John Leitzer, just ties his shoelace. We would hate for a referee to take a tumble today. That would be highlight after highlight if that was to happen.
Meme after meme. I think it would make the day though. It's quite exciting when that happens. No, is that just me?
Well,
No
I guess as a player, as a player who sometimes has a choice word off you for referees, and I can see why you would see that as a highlight.
only for chosen refs.
Ashton can't quite get the shot off in time.
Doesn't every player have like a ref hit list and a little book
I couldn't
underneath their
possibly
pillow?
comment on that, Siobhan. I couldn't possibly comment.
I'm just kidding, everyone. By the way, don't think that's real. I don't really have a hit list under my pillow.
Imogen Cook on the ball for Team Black into Charnwood teammate Morrison. Hands off to Mbam, who kicks it to Saar, but no call.
That's for later.
Mbam back in the corner, drills the triple and gets Team Black back within 1 point.
She's had a great year for Manchester. She's improved so much over this year. Just percentage-wise, efficiency-wise, she's getting a lot more mature as a basketball player.
Made the WABL first team in the North. Finished in the top 5 in the league in scoring as well. And she's got 1 more year.
Yep, she's a baby.
Winterburn, no good. Rebound tipped by Saar. Cook comes up with it. Advances to Mbam. Looking inside to Morrison. Tip comes back to Mbam. Blocked by Christie. Came flying out of nowhere with both hands. Winterburn. Spin move against Cook.
Nice move. It's just pretty, isn't it? Just pretty.
And Cook. Another one for Team Black, calling a set as they go into Morrison. So both Jackson Gibbons and Nick Drain putting a couple of quick hit and sets in. So no good, rebounded by Ashton. Winterburn pulls up from deep, a little bit short, and rebounded by Mbam.
No shots too deep for Holly.
Mbam pulls up for 2, short, but rebounded not quite by Morrison. And it's Smith that comes up with it for Team White. Ashton to Christie, thinks about the 3, goes at Morrison and travels.
Yeah, I think she wanted the ball on the 3-point line there, but I don't think Brahe. I think Brahe wanted to push her through. Sometimes you have to listen to your point guard, you know.
And both teams making subs. Great to see that Esther Oluade, after that earlier little knock in the far corner, is back on the floor as well. So
yes,
see, that tweak wasn't too serious. You're always going to want to play in a game like this, but at the same time, she's heading out to Marymount University next year, and you want to make sure that you're as healthy as possible heading out to the US.
I think again, like things like this in the summer, kids want to be ready for them. They want to play for them, and yeah, they are getting ready to go to the States. They are getting ready for their GB programs, but this is an exciting thing for them to get ready for.
Hinds with the step back to beat the buzzer, and a huge block by Loren Christie. And did Loren Christie just stand over Cameron Taylor-Willis there and give her a little something?
Possibly.
And the competitive nature in these young women,
yeah, it's great.
I
love
great
it.
to see.
I'm a fan. I'm a fan of the stare down.
Hinds on the ball for Team Black. Taylor-Willis. Jones in the corner, has to get the shot up with the shot clock expiring, but Christie comes down with the rebound. Spinks fires ahead. Oluade now for Team White. Back to Christie, who thinks about one from deep. She's short as well. And Oluade comes up with a rebound. Nice find to Smith, but Smith can't get the rebound to go. And Smith has also come down and rolled her ankle.
Yeah, I think it's really important as well that as female basketball players, you're allowed to show your emotion, and you're allowed, because this was a men's game and someone stared someone down. No one would think twice about it. You know, like it's important that we play as basketball players. We don't play as female basketball players, and we don't play as male basketball players. We're all the same. And I think that sort of stuff, for me, is great to see that competitive nature, and then you can come off the court, high-five each other afterwards and say great game. But whilst you're on the court, whilst you're in between the lines, it's a game. You don't have to be nice to each other. You want to win.
Yeah, completely agree with you. And we've talked about it enough already, but games like this today are what help change that perception as well.
Yeah, definitely. And that's why, like, Hoopsfix is just so important, again, to the women's game, because look how many people are here in the stands and seeing that. Look how many men are here in the stands watching this. And it's important for their perception of the game too.
And it's a big summer for women's sport in general.
Yes,
We've got the
massive.
Women's World Cup coming up, and then the Netball World Cup up in Liverpool.
It is.
Spinks on the ball for Team White, pulls up at the elbow. Money for Spinks. Just like her dad, who sat baseline. He was a lights-out shooter in the BBL.
Right.
So we were saying in the three-point shootout, Macy Spinks, a shooter in her own right.
She is. She hit, was it 26 points in her last WBBL game for Barking?
She did indeed. Little drives inside, lane cut off. Ball comes out to Sandy. Sandy no good. Jones goes up.
Gets blocked by her own player, I think.
Christie, another travel and a little extra, and Christie flinging the ball into the DJ booth.
She nearly hit the trophy.
She did. I was a little bit concerned. There are some rather extravagant looking trophies over on that far side that are lined up almost like 10-pin bowling. Like,
yeah.
It's rather suspicious. Someone's going to hit that at some point. Little almost loses the handle. Hinds guarded by Christie. Nice pass inside to Jones, and Megan Jones fouled on the left-handed layup.
She is so poised, Ashana Haines, for a young point guard. Like, she takes her time, she sees the floor, she doesn't feel pressure.
Yeah, another one heading off to the US next year. Central Arizona College for Ashana Haines, the 5'4" guard out of City of London Academy.
It's going to be hard to keep track of all these players. Thank gosh we've got Hoopsfix.
Yeah, of the 24 players, 16 of them have scholarships.
Unbelievable. And then the others are young still.
And then the other 8 are all back next year, yeah. It's such
great.
testament to the growth of junior basketball, junior women's basketball in this country.
It is, and it's going to be like, I mean, it's great for basketball development, don't get me wrong, but the personal growth that you get from going to another country and living in another country for 4 years, the kind of things you're held accountable to, the discipline you're held accountable to, you know, they're going to go out as young girls and they will come back as young women, and that's what's really important too.
Christie with the steal finds Spinks. Spinks over the top to Wright, and it's stripped away by Da Silva. Da Silva guarded closely by Oluade all the way down the
She
floor.
wanted a foul.
Da Silva shaking and baking. Out to Morrison. Morrison for free. Good for Team Black, and it's a 1-point ball game.
That's what we want.
Spinks again. Reverses through Storie for free. Rebounded by Christie. Christie with the hook, no good. Ball almost goes out of bounds, but Team Black managed to keep it in play. Cook to Mbam.
1 minute on the clock. Mbam with the spin.
Jade and Mbam, no good.
Loses possession. Spinks picks it up.
Spinks on the ball for White. Spinks another pull-up at the opposite elbow this time, but no good. And rebounded by Cook, and the pace just seems to be picking up. It's almost like watching a fast break drill.
Morrison again.
Morrison, another free, no good.
This time it's not.
And these girls are going to need half-time. As
They
Wright
are.
in transition,
Oh!
and it's fouled.
The foul's called Da Silva.
Foul on Da Silva.
Put him on the list. That's a great block. Listen though, the defense being played in this game, like as well as the fast break offense, but these girls are ready to play D. And we've barely seen a blow by, especially like on the ball. It's tenacious, it's great, it's really enjoyable to watch.
Right at the line, rims out on the first. So Cook with the ball for Team Black. Currently trailing by 2. 30 seconds left to go in the first half. Cook, fade away. Again looking for a foul. Slaps the floor in disgust at not getting the call. Morrison, we got 1 possession game. And there's Holly Wright stealing the ball from her Charnwood teammate. Spinks inside to Henderson.
Nice.
Henderson with the left-handed layup. And Jackson Gibbons flying to the table to call a timeout. And it's a timeout for Team Black, trailing by 4.
How could they not be competitive when you look at the coaches right here?
Exactly, neither of these guys. And they are very good friends as well.
Yeah.
Wants to lose because bragging rights will most definitely last for a while.
Exactly.
Tahir Hadjit in the building, comparing for the game, and is about to give away a free pair of brand new KDs. And a big thanks to Nike as one of our sponsors for today. But the event today wouldn't run without some of the sponsors that have supported the event for so long now. So it's a huge thank you from us to Nike, Molten, SportServe, 506, ESPN Player, Let Me Play, and Always Ballin'. And it's a testament to those brands that they're willing to support junior basketball in Great Britain when it's a relatively low-profile sport at the moment. Obviously, there's grand plans on where we'd all like to get it to, but for some of those brands and some of the big brands to be able to commit what they commit to this event, it's just a massive thank you to all of them.
Definitely, and I think, like, talking about the profile, it's a good sign for me to see that so many people want to be on board, because they're not just going to join this profile because it's good for us and for Hoopsfix. They see something in it themselves, and that shows just how much the game's growing. So that's a real positive sign for me.
Morrison tries to find Sarkodee-Adoo.
Perfect play, just not executed.
And we're going to have another timeout now. Here goes Nick Drain. Takes one. Every point matters. 26-22. 3 seconds left in the first half now.
They have extra timeouts. How many timeouts are they allowed?
Well, they're the first 2 that we've had of the game. The first half was flown.
Oh, really? I'm looking.
Oh, no, I apologise. Yeah, Nick Drain took 1 in the first quarter.
Yeah.
So that's his second, so he's got no more.
And
Jackson does have 1, so if we have another turnover, we're probably having another time.
Yeah. Might as well use them, eh?
Looking at our scorers in the game so far. Loren Saar leading Team Black with 6. Those 2 threes, one of them the huge bank from the wing. And at the other end, Team White, Holly Winterburn, obviously. I mean, who else has 10 points personal to lead all scorers?
I would expect no less.
And so far, Team White, your prediction, Siobhan, stealing it before I could get in there.
Yeah. Snooze, you lose.
Coming up good. Inbound to Spinks. Spinks has it. She's going to go on her own. Layup, or floater, should I say, from the 3-point line. No good. And that's the end of the first half here at the annual Hoopsfix All-Star Classic from the Rough House in Brixton, with Team White leading Team Black 26-22. Bear with us very shortly, and we'll be back with you with a couple of interviews during halftime from courtside, so make sure that you don't go anywhere.
Now, you guys have been facing off all season.
So we're now live courtside at the Hoopsfix All-Star Classic. I'm with Jamila Thompson, former GB player and played out in Spain this past year. Jamila, I guess as at the level that some of these girls are aspiring to play at, what's your view on the Hoopsfix All-Star Classic so far?
I'm just glad that they got a girls tournament going on. There's a lot of talent, a lot of girls that are going to go to America, show what GB's got. I think it's pretty good that they can show their talent to the crowd and to everyone that's watching as well. And
are you a little bit envious, a little bit jealous that they get to play in this when you wouldn't have had the opportunity to?
You know what, yeah, I am a little bit. I can't even lie. But you know what, hopefully next year we can get a senior women's where everyone's back and we can get the senior women to come out and play for us, yeah.
All right, now you can hear the noise in here is going crazy as the halftime entertainment is starting. And Joe Belak, I think, of Charnwood College just won himself a fresh pair of Nikes in his competition. But for you personally as well, how's the past season been?
It was a bit tricky at the beginning. I was in Madrid and then had to move down to the south of Spain. But overall, I had a good season. Can't complain.
Nice. And I guess last question before I let you go and carry on enjoying the competition and the event that's going on today is, what's the plan for you next season now?
Just see what my agent's got for me. Where the money's at, honestly, yeah, that's it.
Awesome. Well, thanks, Jamila, for joining us. And make sure you don't go anywhere as we've got second half action coming soon here at the Hoopsfix All-Star Classic. Welcome back to the Brixton Rec here in London for the Hoopsfix All-Star Classic and the inaugural Women's Under-19 All-Star Game. Team White currently leading 26-22 over Team Black. Siobhan Pryor, my co-commentator, and her early tip up in the lead so far. And I guess almost appropriately, you're wearing a Hoopsfix white t-shirt. I'm wearing a Hoopsfix black t-shirt. I'm keeping faith with Team Black, even if you stole my earlier prediction. But we've seen some great women's basketball on display so far in the Classic. And that 20 minutes of the first half, definitely a more competitive 20 minutes than I think either of us were expecting, but some big highlight plays as well. So more of the same in the second half would be ideal.
Yeah, definitely. I hope so. They really have come out to play, haven't they, today? And I'm just looking around the arena and I can see, and there's Tamara there. She's from Sevenoaks. She's an under-16. Like, there's a lot of younger women's players here, and I think that's really important because they're here watching what it is to be the next level for their age. And I think for them to have events like this to come to and see the best players in the age group above them going at it and see what they have to aspire to, I think that's really important, especially when the girls are taking it as seriously as they are.
Yeah, most definitely. I couldn't agree anymore. And the crowd in here getting a little bit rowdier. There's some free Hoopsfix t-shirts and some Nike socks get distributed to whoever is cheering and screaming the loudest. And if I would have known that, I would have been up and down and jumping around. But, well, we got left out a little bit there.
Yeah, we did. It's
anyway,
I was just droning on.
Very true. Both teams back on the floor.
I think you're supposed to agree with me when I say I'm droning on. I'll let you off.
Esther Little to inbound for Team Black and gets it in. SCM guarded by Haines. Little gets to the rack but can't get the layup to go. Hinds Saar for three, no good, rebounded by Winterburn. Winterburn back to Christie. Christie for three, no good. Hinds advances to Saar.
Shoot that.
Saar for three, no good.
No way, she's even thinking about it. She's a great
and
shooter.
Out of nowhere, HCM with the rebound. A lane cut off by Christie, has to pass it out to Hinds. 7 on the shot clock. Hinds goes at Spinks, scoops it up, no good. Rebounded by Haines. Haines stripped away though. Little inside to. Who's that there? Sorry.
Cameron Taylor-Willis.
Taylor-Willis, yeah, with the two. Back-to-back transitions caught me off guard ever so slightly, but
it's like the WNBA. There's no numbers on the front of the jerseys.
Yeah. We did say in the first half the pace of the game was surprising a little bit as Christie throws up a three, no good, rebounded by Saar. And it looks like the second half's going to be no different. Both teams really pushing the pace.
Yeah. Good, it's good. There's no let up, and I think as well, if you know there's 5 coming in for you, you're just going to go on, give it your all for however long you run, and that's what's going to make the game fun.
Yeah, a lot of these girls that are on the floor will be used to be playing like 20, 25, 30 minutes per game. Saar, shot clock down to 1. Loren Saar to beat the buzzer.
I don't even know why she is second guessing any of these shots. If that was 10 seconds in the shot clock, she still should have shot that.
And that's her third triple of the game. Winterburn to answer from deep, and she does.
No second thought on that one.
No second thought whatsoever from Holly Winterburn. And I thought the three-point contest came before this.
Right.
Hinds goes at Rose. Nice. Taylor-Willis back to Hinds, repays the favour from 2 possessions before. And we're all tied up at the Rough House in Brixton. Spinks goes at Hinds, finds Winterburn in the corner, thinks about the three, turns it down, step back. Christie with a step back, short, looking for the foul. Isn't going to get it though.
She probably should have kicked that back into Holly. Holly posted real well, and that's the versatility of Holly. She can score inside and she can score outside.
Hinds on the ball for Team Black. Little. Minus Taylor-Willis. And a foul is called. It's going to go on Shaniya Rose for Team White. And it will be a baseline possession.
Baseline, yeah.
Hinds to inbound. 29 apiece, 7 minutes 4 left in the third quarter here in Brixton. Hinds has it, shot clock down to 9. Stripped away by Winterburn, and Team White again on the attack. And a carry called on Holly Winterburn. She just lost the dribble and tugged it for a little bit longer than she should have done. Subs for Team White. Shaniya Rose heads to the bench. Pollyanna Storie comes in for the White team. Haines again getting Team Black into their horn set. ICM in the corner for free. It's good.
She's
Team
another
Black.
kid going out to the state. I think she's going to Ryder University. Is she going with Loren Saar?
Yeah, her and Loren
Yeah.
Saar, both Team Black teammates today, will be playing at Ryder University.
Yeah, it's a great university. It was in my conference actually when I used to play. She'll really enjoy it there.
I'm sure they're watching this with intrigue at seeing how those two will be as future teammates.
Interesting.
And a platoon swap for Team Black as they go 5 for 5. And then Oluade comes in for Spinks for Team White. As Brahe Ashton also checks back in. Team Black with their biggest lead of the game at 3. But White leading for the majority of it. Oluade with the free to answer, but no good. And Team Black will have it in the hands of Imogen Cook. Finds Jade and Mbam wide open, and she's not going to miss that.
Yeah, she's playing great. Just as she had all year.
Winterburn now guarded by her best friend Megan Jones, pulls up for free, banks it home, and the two of them having a laugh about it on their way back down the court. Cook off one, no good, rebounded by Oluade. Oluade finds Ashton, Ashton into Storie. Nice transition for Team White.
That could be what this summer looks like for GB under 18s.
Ashton finding the rim runner. Pollyanna Storie for 2, and it's a 1-point ball game. Mbam head fake, gets to the rack, no good, rebounded by Ashton. Oluade crossover, given time and space to pull up for 2, no good, rebounded by Mbam. Mbam looking inside to Jones. Deflected by Winterburn off of Jones.
She's not going to let her get that, was she?
No, not at all. Not at all. And it'll be a Team White ball. Holly Wright checks in for Team White. Currently 3 Charnwood players on the floor.
Yeah, I was going to say, how many are there here?
I believe it's 4 that are playing. 5 that are playing today, but 11 in total over the weekend, which is
That's
great
amazing.
for the program.
Yeah, definitely.
We've got Winterburn, Wright and Jones on the floor, and then Morrison and Saar, who are currently off the floor. It would be super cool for head coach Krumesh Patel, who's here actually watching baseline. Arms crossed, legs crossed, looking very casual as he always does. But it's really cool for him to see 5 of those girls are all graduating to go off to the States, be on the floor at the same time.
Yeah, and it'd be nice for them as well, I think, just to probably have their last moments sort of together, even if they're not on the same team on the court.
Yeah, very. I know they've been talking about it all week. We got another sub for Team White, Loren Christie coming back into the game, and Holly Winterburn will head to the bench. Christie immediately to inbound, finds Oluade, dribbles back to the 3-point line. No good. I mean, it is that.
Got to do it. Smart choice.
It's a higher value shot. You've got to take it. Sandy picks up the dribble a little bit early, but hands it off to Cook. And Oluade slapped down for that one.
She saw it. She couldn't help herself.
There'll be a lot of those tomorrow in the men's game, purely because, not because they're trying to make the defensive play, purely because they want the dunk at the other end.
Yeah.
I remember last year, the first 3 or 4 minutes, there were so many fouls called in the start of both the underclassmen and the upperclassmen game. And I guess that's a natural point to plug tomorrow's game as well, which is on the Hoopsfix YouTube. Everything kicking off from 2 p.m. with the underclassmen game, 3:30 for the dunk contest, and then 4 o'clock for the class of 2019 game. So do make sure that you check out those games if you aren't one of the lucky few to have got tickets to join us here tomorrow, which is a sellout as well. And I think we're almost at a sellout today for the women's game, which for the first year in its existence that's a credit to these players that are on display and how much people want to be able to see them compete on the floor.
Yeah, definitely. And, you know, the girls have worked hard all year, and I feel like they deserve this showcase. And it's great for them that so many people have come out and to watch them. And I also, again, I mean, we keep saying it, but it's, you know, testament to Hoopsfix and the job they do, especially on social media, just to promote the game. I mean, the amount of stories, Instagram stories I've seen from all the girls, just the amount of countdowns, like 13 hours to go. Just like the vibe that's been put out around it has been great.
Yeah, for those of you that are coming onto this stream on maybe Facebook or Twitter and don't know too much about Hoopsfix, it was founded in 2014. The Hoopsfix Foundation was founded in 2014. It's the not-for-profit arm of the British basketball website, hoopsfix.com. And as a non-for-profit, its sole mission is to grow and raise the profile of basketball in the United Kingdom through a focus on, but not limited to, projects that have a long-term and sustainable impact, such as the Classic. And whilst most of the work has revolved around the Classic, there are future plans to put on other events and potentially some training and education as well. I know tomorrow there's a coach's clinic, so Sam Meter and everyone that works with him at Hoopsfix, and Imogen Cook with a tough and one play, but yeah, Sam Meter and everyone at Hoopsfix that supports him deserves a massive shout out for everything that they do in putting on this event and that they do for British basketball.
Yeah, for sure. And just like you said, putting on the clinic, just to see how much it's grown from, it really was just an online presence in the beginning, and what it's giving back now, and the amount of positivity it's bringing back to the British basketball community is unbelievable.
So Imogen Cook at the line. Loren Sarr is sat next to me waiting to check into the game.
No more threes from you. No more threes from you. I want one from the halfway line, Loren, please.
And that's when you can tell that we are at an all-star game. When you can have a conversation with your substitute as they are ready to check into the game. So we'll see if Loren Sarr can make another free to add to her total. Christie, though, will take one and make one.
Been a long time coming, that one. She knew that was going to go down.
Definitely has, and she struggled in the three-point shootout as well, so I'm sure she'll be happy to see one of them go through the rim. And it's a one-point ball game again, so staying competitive until the end at the moment. Ashton for free, and she gets one to go as well, and we are now turning into a three-point contest.
Right. I think if we looked on the stats, if everyone scored a three-pointer, maybe that'd be amazing.
Be far off. I think that's the 14th free in total.
Nice.
For the game so far. And it's in the hands of Da Silva, who finds Hinds. Shot clock down to 7. Taken away by Holly Wright for Team Black. Sorry,
nice
for Team White, Holly Wright. Big shout out for Holly Wright as well. She's come into this game after averaging 4.3 steals a game for Charnwood in the WABL.
Wow. That's unbelievable. And it's nice, sorry.
I was going to say, I think she was in the running for Defensive Player of the Year. But
and it's nice to see those things recognised as well.
Yeah.
Especially in an all-star game, because you always think it's going to be, you know, people breaking people's ankles, and that's kind of what's always on show. But it's really important that that side of the game gets recognised.
Travel is the call on the floor. Yeah, the actual defensive player of the year went to Esther Little,
Yeah.
Team Black. She's had a phenomenal year as well. I mean, standout almost in the WEABL. Led the league in rebounding, second in scoring, 19.8 points and 12.7 rebounds a game.
Yeah,
and she's got 2 more years at Ipswich.
Right, I know. She just announced that, right? Yeah, she's a great player, great young talent.
No good for Hinds, rebounded by Wright. Ahead to Henderson. Henderson almost loses the handle. Wright with the nice cut, gets to the basket for 2. Team White lead 42-40. 38 seconds left to play in the third quarter here from the Brixton Rec. Da Silva finds Morrison. Morrison is fouled. She, on the foul, tried to still get the shot up, but it hit coach Krumesh Patel on the side of his head while he was looking at his phone, which, if she was coming back to Charnwood next year, she'd be running for that, I can tell you that much.
I'll tell you what, the spectators haven't been ready for the ball today, have they?
No, this is true. Morrison at the line to shoot 2.
What are they thinking?
Morrison makes the first and the second, so we're all tied up at 42 apiece again.
It's going to be a good fourth quarter.
Most definitely. 2 seconds separating the game clock and shot clock. So Ashton, I think, is probably going to dribble it out. Ashton shakes, fakes, gets to the rim, no good. 8 seconds on the clock. Da Silva has it. Da Silva goes coast to coast for 2! And Team Black retake the lead, 44-42 at the end of the third quarter, and much more of the same that we saw in the first half.
Yeah, I didn't think it was going to die down. I think if that's your starting point, it's only going to get better from there. Again, it's just a testament to the girls that are here. That's why they're here. You know, they play hard all game, every game, all year long, and they deserve to be on this stage playing just as hard as they have all year long, so everyone can see why they're here.
And then you only have to take a look down at the stats to see the most anyone has played so far of the 30 minutes that we've been in the Brixton Rec is 21. The least is 6.5. So everyone getting at least a decent run out. Yep. Everyone getting an opportunity to show out and prove, and no one really being left behind. And when I say 21, the nearest to that then is 17.
Yeah, so
it's really only Loren Christie that's played 21 minutes. And we've got another halftime entertainment as CJ Hayden is taken to the floor now, who's going to be playing in the class of 2019 game tomorrow.
The halftime entertainment, that full court one-on-one, though?
Third quarter entertainment. Yeah, the full court one-on-one was crazy.
I'm used to seeing halftime entertainment with like oversized shirts and trying like large trainers on and then having to make a layup. These guys were going at it.
And anyone that was watching on the live stream at halftime, as I was trying to interview Jamila Thompson, there was just a huge uproar when I think someone got blocked from going to the basket.
No, they were cheering for Jam.
Oh, yeah, sorry. Oh, and it is a dance-off as well.
Oh, gosh.
I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen, but at the moment I seem to be speechless at the performance that we have seen on the floor.
I think just because you wear a bum bag around you, what is this, your shoulder like that, doesn't necessarily mean you should enter yourself into a dance contest.
This is true. Let's see what CJ Hayden's got.
All the gear, no idea, I feel.
And some of the guys that are competing across the weekend are now on the floor with their phones out, filming CJ Hayden as he takes part in the dance-off. I feel like something special is about to come here. CJ Hayden of Ashton Manor Academy. An unbelievable performance. and he's heading off to Gillette College next year. So if you're watching from Gillette College,
this is
you
what's
most
coming.
definitely have an entertainer on your hands next season. But CJ Hayden has not taken the victory by the looks of it. So, controversial opinion. However, I do look forward to more of those within games over this weekend.
I'm not happy with that result, I'm not going to lie. He killed it.
Yeah, I'm not best pleased. I'm going to have a word with Sam Nita when I see him.
I guess he's getting his free top tomorrow, so he doesn't need 2 in one weekend.
I would be a big proponent of a coach's dance-off, and I think everybody at home would join me in that.
Alongside the referees.
You and your referees.
So sorry.
So we are back underway in the 4th quarter here at the Brixton Rec, and the ball is in the hands of Macy Spinks, crossing over against Morrison. Pretty good defense from Morrison to force her away. Storie pulls up for 2, and it's rebounded by Little. Hinds into Little, taken away. Nice advance pass inside to Haines, who can't get the layup to go.
It was a nice move. I'm sure she was thinking about passing it out herself.
So has it, finds Little. Little out to Hinds for 3. It's good! And Team Black have extended their lead to 5, the largest of the game so far. Out of bounds ball, and it'll be Da Silva to inbounds. It's a Little.
What a good showcase of like the skill set of our girls as well during this game. I mean, the percentages, the shooting percentages are high, decision making high. It's really nice to see them kind of put on a stage for the first time, but really excelling in that stage.
Yeah, and I don't want to speak too soon because there's still 8.5 minutes left to play in the game, but what a pass from Haines inside the Storie. But I can only see this going one way, and that's up.
Yeah.
Like there's no way now, having done this year, that we can't then bring back this as part of the Classic year on and year out. It's just been so far such a tremendous advert for the British game and British women's game in particular.
Yeah, and I think it's important for the girls to know that during the year there is this to play for, and that's going to be in the back of their mind. You know, they want to play in something like this. They want to be part of it. So any little thing we can add like that just increases the competitive nature of the kids and of the league.
Shaniya Rose there, drilling the corner 3 to tie us all up at 47 apiece. Sarah inside finds Charnwood teammate Morrison. And Morrison's going to go back to the free throw line again. And Team Black have another platoon swap come in as 5 in, 5 out. Although Morrison will remain at the line. Megan Jones waiting to check in for her when she gets her opportunity. Just whilst Morrison is at the free throw line, a reminder, if you're not already following Hoopsfix across all of the social platforms, go and check out @Hoopsfix and @Hoopsfix Women. And make sure if you're tweeting or commenting about the game today that you use the hashtag HASC19. Let us know where and how you are watching the game. Storie travels in the corner. And also make sure that you check out tomorrow's game as well. We have the underclassmen game at 2, the dunk contest at 3:30, and then 4 o'clock, the class of 2019, which, much like the 16 girls on show today that are heading out to the States, will be the final time for a lot of those guys that they play on British soil before heading off to the US, and potentially the last time in 3, maybe 4 years for some of them.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, again, like, it's just a great event, isn't it? I'm really sad that I can't be here tomorrow, but I can't even imagine like the atmosphere in here. Like, it's electric now, and I know that there are more tickets sold for tomorrow's event, so it proves to be an amazing day.
It does indeed, and we've got a timeout on the floor as head coach Nick Drain takes time, and we're going to take that time to thank our sponsors once again for their valued support in being able to put on the Hoopsfix All-Star Classic, and some of which sponsors have been with us since the very, very beginning. So a huge thank you and shout out to Nike, Molten, SportServe Limited, 506, ESPN Player, Let Me Play, and Always Ballin'. It's a huge thank you to you guys, and we look forward to your continued support in future years. And just looking around the venue today, the branding and the kind of look and feel of the event is just phenomenal.
It is. Like, you know, even just at the back there, you've got an Always Ballin' stall. I know they're trying to do a lot more, I think, for the women's game as well. I've had a conversation with them recently about kind of like lines of clothing and stuff like that. I think they're really starting to try to push the women's game. And again, any of these companies that can help support female sport, female basketball in particular, is great.
Back underway here then at the Brixton Rec. And it'll be Haines to inbound to Spinks. It's a horns twist set, so someone's coming off to shoot, I can guarantee that.
Holly, who else? Who else?
Winterburn, again, coming off multiple screens. Shot clock down to 6. Into the spin cycle for Winterburn and banks it home. My goodness, Holly Winterburn.
She is just pure class. What can you do? You play good defense. That was great defense by Maya there. And then the old school finish off the backboard. I love that.
Yeah, the old adage of great defense, even better offense.
Yeah, exactly.
Spinks has it. Finds Haines. Haines to Christie. Christie for 3. Gets her second to go. And look at what Team White celebrate the 3 as the lead goes back to them. 52-48 to the white team.
This is great. This is really great.
Jade and Mbam with the ball for Team Black. Finds Hessien. Thinks about the step back. Can't get the time or space. Finds Taylor-Willis. Taylor-Willis just trying to thread the needle to Jones, who'd moved off the drive pretty well, but pass just goes out of bounds.
Yeah, she should have gone up with that. She drove so strong. She had the momentum. She should have gone straight up to the basket.
Cameron Taylor-Willis, actually the youngest player on court today.
I think she's still year 11, but she just got one of those older birthdays.
Which potentially means
I
that
think
she could compete in the
100%.
Classic 3 times.
Yeah.
Which I think has only been bested on the boys' side by Hosanna Katenge, who will play for the 3rd time tomorrow. I may be wrong on that one, so don't quote me.
Yeah, I think I think I'm right, actually. I'm not sure. I'm sure I'll get corrected. There's probably a million comments going up right now.
Someone listening somewhere will have the answer. SEM guarded by Haines. Out to Taylor-Willis for 3, no good. And Spinks can't control the rebound. Comes out to Jade and Mbam. And out of bounds, right in front of us on the table, head coach Jackson Gibbons says he will take a timeout. So Team Black trailing 48-52. I tell you what, it's great to see. I just snuck a peek into the coach's huddle there with Jackson Gibbons and his 2 assistants that he's brought with him, and they have their rotations already planned out for the entire game on how to get everybody some court time.
Yeah.
And they just went, we're supposed to be going with these 5. And he's like, no, we're going with this 5 here, which is probably going to be the best 5 they can put out. So they're going to go. So the competitive nature of the coaching staff coming through.
That's great. I love it. I really love it. And I think it shows all the way through the crowd, everybody. It's everyone's here to see a good show. And in every celebration as well with the girls, you can see it. Some of these have never played on a team together before, and they're celebrating every point, every move, every foul.
Yeah. The thing that smacks me the most about this crowd as well is how young it is, and I think that can only bode well for British basketball in the future. you look around and yeah, there's a few of the more senior players that are playing WBBL and BBL level, but then the majority are all either WABL or EABL players that are taking part in this weekend, and then the younger generation that are looking up to them that want to be competing on this stage. And if even just a handful of these young people on display this weekend make it in the game at the highest level, it can only be good for British basketball.
Yeah, and I think, this is where they start to understand that if they're a successful basketball player, they also have a responsibility as a role model to the next generation, and that's a special thing. And I think these girls are getting that a lot younger than we ever did because of social media and everything else, and because of games like this. But there's something really special in that I'm not only a basketball player now, I'm actually a role model for the next generation, and that's just an extra reason, a bigger reason to play.
Morrison stripped by teammate Winterburn. And the other thing that I think you really get the sense of in an event like this is the sense of community about it. And yes, there's always some kind of disillusion at the powers that be, and not everybody is always on the same page or agreeing with what's going on in the world. But whilst there's things like this at the grassroots level and on the ground, it really shows the strength of British basketball, and that it's, as long as we can continue with things like this, we're on a good footing.
No, I think, and that's important, because I think if you are the kind of person, if you're a keyboard warrior and you don't go out there, you're not part of these events, and you don't immerse yourself in the sport in this country, it can sometimes be easy to get disillusioned. But there are so many good things happening all over the place in British basketball, and take a step from behind your computer, take a step outside and go and join in, and you'll get that positive vibe, that positive community feeling, like you're saying, because it's there.
So substitution as Spinks checks out. And Team White now look like they're going small.
Are you up for presenting the MVP?
Winterburn to inbound, finds Haines across to Ashton. Winterburn gets it back in the corner. Shot clock down to 4, has to go to work. Spin, kicks out to Ashton. Makes the shot but doesn't beat the buzzer. And that would have been a huge play, because that would have made it a 7-point ball game. So no wonder that Jackson Gibbons was up off his feet screaming, no, no, no.
And Nick the opposite.
So now his team has an opportunity to trim it to a 1-possession ball game. And the ball is in the hands of Imogen Cook.
Calling plays from the sideline.
Oh, how many plays do they have? Because Imogen Cook was calling head tap. Jackson Gibbons is showing a number.
You didn't know they had a playbook before they got here. Emailed out to all of them.
Yeah, secretly they've been in prep camp for 3 weeks now.
Yeah, exactly.
Winterburn finds Christie. Ashton has it. Goes at Saar, finds Winterburn. Shot clock down to 6. She pulls back. She's pulling this one from 3.
Yep.
Ooh, passes to Christie. Christie for 3. That one's no good. So we're just over 2.5 minutes left. Team White leading Team Black 52-48. Saar for 3, no good. Rebounded by SEM, and Team Black are getting opportunity after opportunity, and a foul is called on the floor on Holly Winterburn. The other thing as I look around the Brixton Rec here as well that is just awesome to see is the number of media outlets that are here, either supporting Sam and him with his work at Hoopsfix, but also you look around and there's guys like Mansour Ahmed, who's
amazing.
just an absolute legend in the game, and giving up his time to come and get some of the photos and snapping. Joe Pinchin and Tara Sinclair from over at Loughborough that are helping out with the media and the plan for action and all of that. And you've got some of the outlets like I think Footfire are here, and just the exposure that gets for the British game is huge as well. So a big thank you to all of those that are here from a media standpoint to help out as well.
Yeah, definitely. And that's, again, you were talking about like the good nature, the community vibe of British basketball. Those are the people that create it, people that are going to travel all the way down here because they want to be involved, not just because they've been asked to be and they think it's the right thing. They want to be involved in this event. And, you know, there are so many people out there involved in British basketball that are like that, and we should make sure that we're always thanking them, we're always pushing them up.
So it's free is no good. It's rebounded by Christie. But yeah, I completely agree. It's huge for the game.
Yeah.
Huge for the game. Winterburn and Nick Drain now up calling plays as well. So you better believe this last 1 minute and 16 seconds is going to be the most competitive that we've seen so far today. Winterburn kicks to Haines for free, no good. Rebounded by Holly Wright. And Wright turns it over. Teammate of Chalmers College, Rebecca Morrison, steals away. Winterburn with the steal and the two. And Team White lead 54-50. It's not yet gone on the scoreboard, but I'm pretty sure it is 54. Yeah, it is now 54-50. And so it forces Jackson Gibbons into a timeout with just under a minute remaining.
A sneaky little move there. She like crept up on her, tiptoed.
That's a big time play as well. And
yeah.
As we do only have 57 seconds left, I guess it would be remiss of us not to talk about who we think the MVP should go to. Now, my challenge with that is 57 seconds is a long time, and it's difficult to award an MVP to someone. Maybe? Well, yeah, this is it always comes into play, but when you look over through the stat line for Team Black, Loren Saar has 12 points, 7 rebounds.
Nice. For
an efficiency of 16. So it looks like she's been leading Team Black, really.
Yep.
I mean, Esther Little, only 2 points, but a huge 10 rebounds.
Wow.
And then at the other end for Team White, Holly Winterburn with 18 points, 3 rebounds and 3 steals. None bigger than that last one.
Yeah, that's an important
No one else in double digits for Team White. Is it a safe bet?
Unless someone does some sort of heroics from Team Black, I think so. I think, you know, Holly for sure. And it's not about what she does, it's about when she does it. I think that's what's important about her, and that's what shows the caliber of player that she is. She does it at the most important points.
All right, so 57.4 seconds remain. Team Black have the ball and possession, an opportunity to trim it to a 1-possession game. ICM drives baseline, kicks out to Hinds, almost loses the handle, finds Little who travels. Jackson Gibbons screaming to press, screaming up.
No, they've also got a zone press that they put in.
Oh yeah, obviously. Spinks on the ball. Spinks got it by HCM back to the switch, and then they switch back. Haines for free. Blocked by Little in the hands of Ashton. Finds Winterburn. Shot clock down to 5. Winterburn goes at HCM. Step back. Goes up and under. Heaves a free. And scores a field goal. She converts over the top of the backboard.
There's no end to her talent.
No end. She's going to be a dual sport at Oregon, and the Oregon football program is no joke either. So the final timeout for Jackson Gibbons. He's going to have to draw up a couple of quick plays here. You're going to want a quick hit and score,
Loren.
a foul, and then a second one.
Going with Loren for 3.
I would be going to Loren for 3 if I was drawing it up. And actually, really interestingly, great to see Coach Isaac from the Richmond Knights in the huddle drawing the play up as well. He's taking over.
Yes.
So
I like it.
Ever his specialty is the out of bounds and end of game plays. You never know.
Special possessions, like in a football game when they have like a whole 500 plays.
It may be exactly that. From what we've seen today, their playbook is pretty extensive. So.
But again, I mean, we are joking about it, aren't we? But doesn't that again show like the basketball IQ of these kids? I mean, they're
100%.
playing together, they're drawing up plays, they're coming out on the court after timeouts, executing plays. Been given like 2-3 plays in 40 minutes walkthrough earlier.
The executing piece is key for me.
Yeah.
So 21 seconds, ball inbounded to Little. Little's gonna go at Haines, drives to the basket, tries to make the pass, stripped by Christie, and it comes up in the hands of Holly Winterburn, who's fouled. And that's the first team foul for Team Black. And in 9 seconds, I can't imagine that they're gonna get the opportunity to foul. So it's into Winterburn, guarded by Hessiem. And it's pushed out of bounds.
She's not happy with that one.
Winterburn, no, she is not happy with that. Winterburn has it, and the shot clock will expire as she throws it up in the air. And Team White will take victory in the inaugural Hoopsfix All-Star Classic, 54-50. It's a big thank you from me to my co-commentator Siobhan Pryor, who will now jump up to go over and present the MVP award. So I'm left to fly solo, and would like to finish again thanking our sponsors for today: Nike, Molten, SportServe, 506, ESPN Player, Let Me Play, and Always Ballin'. A reminder, if you aren't checking us out on social media, then what are you doing? Make sure you go and find us at Hoopsfix and at Hoopsfix Women, and use the hashtag HASC19. And then also make sure that you stay with us for the closing few moments of the Classic, as we will have the MVP awarded, and we'll also try, if we can do, to grab an interview with the MVP if we've got time. But as we were saying throughout the game, I think it's a huge credit to Hoopsfix and Sam Nita for taking the gamble and the risk with the inaugural Hoopsfix All-Star Classic for the under-19 women in this country. And I think Siobhan encapsulated it really well in the quality of the players that are on the floor and what they're able to do and pick up and take away. It's just a real credit to them, and I really do look forward to future years of the Hoopsfix All-Star Classic incorporating a women's game. And again, great to see as well is the final team photos at the end, although interestingly they're not mixing and matching, so Team White and Team Black, and the competitive nature remains. Team White taking that victory 54-50. And now Siobhan is introduced to the crowd and will present the MVP award, which will go to .20 points personal, 4 rebounds, 4 steals. MVP is Holly Winterburn of Charnwood College and Leicester Riders, and a great way to cap off the season for her and for all of the girls that are here today. I want to say a huge thank you to all of you for joining us on this Hoopsfix live stream, and if you are interested in watching more quality junior British basketball over the course of the weekend, you can join us tomorrow at 2 for the underclassmen game, followed by 3:30 and the dunk contest, which never disappoints, and then at 4 p.m. the class of 19 game, as we see some of the biggest names in junior basketball compete to take home honours.